Hey, what's going on, everyone? Hope we're doing great today. Happy Monday. We got 15 matchups on this MLB slate today, so be sure to like and subscribe. Check out all my betting links in the description below to get in on the action today. And go ahead and become a member, guys. Support the channel. Love to have you guys be a part of the team. And go ahead and sign up with Bro Throw, guys. An awesome community. It's not an actual sports book. It's an awesome place where you can bet, and gives out the cheapest lines. No house, guys, so you're gonna get make a lot more money. I have my private free betting group on the site. Go ahead and hop in there. Over 200 members so far. I'll be posting plays usually on the weekends there, so go ahead and stay tuned for that. And yeah, we'll hop in it. Busy slate as we kick the week off here. 15 matchups, starting with the Kansas City Royals versus the Cleveland Guardians. Cleveland opening up as home favorites at -185. The Royals +155 with the over-under at 7. Pitching for the Royals is Zach Greinke with an ERA of 3.98. His last start, he pitched 7 innings, gave up 0 runs, had 2 strikeouts. Greinke's given up 7 runs in his last 3 starts. Pitching for the Guardians is Tristan McKenzie with an ERA of 2.99. His last start, he pitched 6 innings, gave up 1 run, had 6 strikeouts. He's given up 7 runs in his last 3 starts. The Royals losing to Cleveland yesterday, 7-5. 1-7 against Cleveland on the road here, where they have struggled. 4-10 straight up against Cleveland. So yeah, Cleveland been the much better head-to-head team here, and yeah, I just like Cleveland as a whole here. Not 8-2 in their last 10. They're playing very good baseball. Close the season out. And I'm going to take the Guardians at home. Next matchup, we got the Chicago Cubs versus the Cincinnati Reds. The Reds opening up as home favorites at -125. The Cubs +115 with the over-under at 7.5. Pitching for the Cubs is Hayden Wesnecky with an ERA of 2.33. His last start, he pitched 5 innings, gave up 1 run, had 3 strikeouts. He's given up 4 runs in his last 3 starts. Pitching for the Reds is Hunter Green with an ERA of 4.66. His last start, he pitched 6 innings, gave up 0 runs, had 10 strikeouts. He's given up 2 runs in his last 3 starts. Cubs on a 7-game winning streak. 3-game winning streak against the Reds, where they've looked very good in this series so far. Coming off an 8-1 win yesterday. We got the Reds on a 6-game losing streak. And yeah, we're riding this Cubs win streak here. They're playing very good baseball, getting underdog value on the win streak here. Yeah, give me Cubs +1.5 on the road. Next matchup, we got the New York Yankees versus the Texas Rangers. Yankees opening up as road favorites at -150. The Rangers +125 with the over-under at 7.5. Pitching for the Yankees is Luis Severino with an ERA of 3.41. His last start, he pitched 4 innings, gave up 2 runs, had 4 strikeouts. Pitching for the Rangers is Martin Perez with an ERA of 2.93. His last start, he pitched 7 innings, gave up 3 runs, had 3 strikeouts. He's given up 9 runs in his last 3 starts. Severino has given up 7. Yankees coming off that 3-1 loss against Baltimore. Rangers on a 5-game losing streak, just 2-8 in their last 10. Been a rough stretch for the Rangers here. Yankees 8-1 against the Rangers, where they've been, played very well here. And I think I'm going to take the Yankees on the road in this one. Next matchup, we got the Toronto Blue Jays versus the Baltimore Orioles. Toronto opening up as road favorites at -135. Baltimore +115 with the over-under at 8. Pitching for the Blue Jays is Jose Barrios with an ERA of 5.37. His last start, he pitched 5 innings, gave up 5 runs, had 7 strikeouts. He's given up 13 runs in his last 3 starts here. Been rough for Barrios. Pitching for the Orioles is Dean Kramer with an ERA of 3.17. His last start, he pitched 5 innings, gave up 3 runs, had 2 strikeouts. Kramer is giving up 5 runs in his last 3 starts. Toronto coming off a 3-game winning streak against Boston. Baltimore coming off that 3-1 Yankees win. And yeah, I'm just not in love with Berrios on the mound. It's been rough for him. And yeah, I think I'm going to take the Orioles plus 1.5 at home. Next matchup, we got the Tampa Bay Rays versus the Boston Red Sox. Tampa opening up as road favorites at minus 135. Boston plus 125 with the over-under at 8. Pitching for the Rays is Tyler Glasnow with an ERA at 3.0. His last start, he pitched 3 innings, gave up 1 run, had 3 strikeouts. He's given up 4 runs in his last 3 starts. Pitching for the Red Sox is Rich Hill with an ERA of 4.64. His last start, he pitched 6 innings, gave up 0 runs, had 9 strikeouts. He's given up 8 runs in his last 3 starts. Tampa Bay, coming off a two-game losing streak against Houston, and then Boston coming off that 3-game series loss against Toronto. And not in love with this matchup here. Rich Hill hasn't been the best on the mound here, and I think I'm going to lean with the Rays on the road in this one. Next matchup, we got the Washington Nationals versus the New York Mets. Mets opening up as home favorites at minus 312. Washington plus 255 with the over-under at 7.5. Pitching for the Nationals is Corey Abbott with an ERA of 5.11. His last start, he pitched 5 innings, gave up 4 runs, had 7 strikeouts. Pitching for the Mets is Carlos Carrasco with an ERA of 3.89. His last start, he pitched 3 innings, gave up 4 runs, had 2 strikeouts. Carrasco's given up 8 runs in his last 3 starts. Abbott's given up 10. Washington coming off back-to-back losses against Philly. And then the Mets coming off that 3-game series loss against the Braves, where they really just do struggle against the Braves. And yeah, you know the deal. When Mets are minus 300, they really do just kill us all here. And I don't know if I'm going to start the week off here taking Mets minus 300. And so I'm going to take Nationals plus 1.5 on the road. Next matchup, we got the Arizona Diamondbacks versus the Milwaukee Brewers. Brewers opening up as home favorites at minus 250. Arizona plus 200 with the over-under at 7. Pitching for Arizona is Tommy Henry with an ERA of 5.98. His last start, he pitched 4 innings, gave up 5 runs, had 6 strikeouts. He's given up 17 runs in his last 3 starts. Pitching for the Brewers is Brandon Woodruff with an ERA of 3.05. His last start, he pitched 6 innings, gave up 0 runs, had 10 strikeouts. He's given up 2 runs in his last 3 starts. Arizona coming off that 4-3 loss against the Giants. And then Milwaukee coming off a two games losing streak against Miami. But Arizona 1-11 on the road against Milwaukee, where they definitely have struggled here. And Henry's been so bad on the mound here. I just can't trust the D-backs. Give me Brewers at home. Next matchup, we got the Minnesota Twins versus the Chicago White Sox. White Sox opening up as home favorites at minus 125. The Twins plus 105 with the over-under at 7. Pitching for the Twins is Bailey Ober with an ERA of 3.18. His last start, he pitched 7 innings, gave up 0 runs, had 10 strikeouts. He's given up 3 runs in his last 3 starts. Pitching for the White Sox is Johnny Cueto with an ERA of 3.39. His last start, he pitched 5 innings, gave up 6 runs, had 7 strikeouts. He's given up 14 runs in his last 3 starts here. Yeah, Cueto hasn't been the best on the mound here. Minnesota coming off back-to-back losses against Detroit. And the White Sox coming off a 2-1 win against San Diego. And yeah, I think I'm going to take Minnesota plus 1.5 on the road with Cueto struggling, giving up tons of runs here. We'll take Twins plus 1.5. Next matchup, we have the Philadelphia Phillies versus the Houston Astros. Astros opening up as home favorites at minus 125. The Phillies plus 105 with the over-under at 7.5. Pitching for the Phillies is Aaron Nola with an ERA of 3.36. His last start, he pitched 6 innings, gave up 4 runs, had 8 strikeouts. He's given up 8 runs in his last 3 starts here. Pitching for the Astros is Lance McCullers Jr. with an ERA of 2.38. His last start, he pitched 7 innings, gave up 2 runs, had 8 strikeouts. He's given up 6 runs in his last 3 starts. We got the Phillies coming off a 2-game winning streak against Washington. Houston coming off a 2-game winning streak against Tampa Bay here. And McCullers, been good on the mound, giving up 6 runs in his last 3. Nola giving up 8. They lead 2-5 on the road against Houston, where they have struggled a bit here. Houston 5-2 at home against Philly, and I think I'm gonna take Houston at home here. I like McCullers on the mound here, and I'm gonna stick with Astros at home. Next matchup, we got the Atlanta Braves versus the Miami Marlins. Braves opening up as road favorites at -145. The Marlins plus 125 with the over-under at 7. Pitching for the Braves is Bryce Elder with an ERA of 2.76. His last start, he pitched 9 innings, gave up 0 runs, had 6 strikeouts. He's given up 1 run in his last 3 starts. Pitching for the Marlins is Jesus Luzardo with an ERA of 3.53. His last start, he pitched 6 innings, gave up 2 runs, had 6 strikeouts. He's given up 5 runs in his last 3 starts. Atlanta on a 3-game winning streak, coming off of that nice Mets sweep. Miami coming off a 2-game winning streak against Milwaukee. But Atlanta 8-0 against Miami, 9-1 on the road against Miami. Yeah, they've been dominant against the Marlins here. And Elder on the mound, 2 out of his last 3 has not given up a run here. And I think I'm going to take the Braves on the road. Next matchup, we got the Detroit Tigers versus the Seattle Mariners. Seattle opening up as home favorites at -250. Detroit plus 205 with the over-under at 7. Pitching for Detroit is Brian Garcia with an ERA of 3.29. His last start, he pitched 6 innings, gave up 3 runs, had 5 strikeouts. Pitching for the Mariners is George Kirby with an ERA of 3.21. His last start, he pitched 6 innings, gave up 1 run, had 4 strikeouts. He's given up 8 runs in his last 3 starts here. Garcia's only given up 5. Detroit coming off back-to-back wins against Minnesota. Seattle coming off that 10-3 loss against Oakland. But coming into this 4-1 in their last 5. Detroit just 1-4 straight up against Seattle. 4-14 on the road against Seattle, where they have struggled here. And Detroit 8-2 in their last 10. They're playing pretty good here. And I think there's really good value on Detroit. Plus 205 today. Plus 1.5 is like almost plus money here. I'll take Detroit plus 1.5 on the road. Next matchup, we got the Los Angeles Angels versus the Oakland Athletics. Angels opening up as road favorites at -175. Oakland plus 145 with the over-under at 7. Pitching for the Angels is Patrick Sandoval with an ERA of 2.96. His last start, he pitched 5 innings, gave up 3 runs, had 4 strikeouts. His last 3 starts, he's given up 7 runs. Pitching for Oakland is Adrian Martinez with an ERA of 6.08. His last start, he pitched 4 innings, gave up 3 runs, had 4 strikeouts. He's given up 12 runs in his last 3 starts here. So hasn't been that great on the mound. Then we got the Angels on a 7-game winning streak right now. Oakland 2-8 in their last 10. Angels on a 6-game winning streak against Oakland here. And we're riding this win streak, and we're taking Angels on the road. Next matchup, we got the San Francisco Giants versus the San Diego Padres. Padres opening up as home favorites at -275. The Giants plus 230 with the over-under at 7. Pitching for the Giants is John Brebbia with an ERA of 3.14. His last start, he pitched 1 inning, gave up 0 runs, had 1 strikeout. Hasn't given up a run in his last 3 starts, but he's only been pitching an inning in each of those games. Pitching for the Padres is Joe Musgrove with an ERA of 3.03. His last start, he pitched 5 innings, gave up 0 runs, had 8 strikeouts, only given up 1 run in his last 3 starts. Giants 0-5 against the Padres here. Which, have struggled against the Padres here, but are 8-1 on the road, getting it done on the road, coming off a 4-3 win against Arizona. Padres 1-4 in their last 5. Been a rough week for the Padres here, and I'm not sure I want to pay minus 275 for the Padres. I think it's way too expensive and too risky today here, and I'm gonna take Giants plus 1.5 on the road. Next matchup, we got the Colorado Rockies versus the Los Angeles Dodgers. Dodgers opening up as home favorites at minus 340. The Rockies plus 270 with the over-under at 8. Pitching for the Rockies is Jose Urena with an ERA of 5.24. His last start, he pitched 5 innings, gave up 2 runs, had 6 strikeouts, giving up 5 runs in his last 3 starts. Pitching for the Dodgers is Tony Gonsolin with an ERA of 2.10. His last start, he pitched 5 innings, gave up 1 run, had 3 strikeouts, giving up 2 runs in his last 3 starts. We got the Rockies beating the Dodgers yesterday 4-1, but I mean, man, that's they're 2-8 in their last 10. It's their first one in a while. And yeah, I like the Dodgers off the bounce back here. Love Gonsolin on the mound, and I think they, get it done today at home here. And I'm taking Dodgers at home. And then the last matchup, we got the St. Louis Cardinals versus the Pittsburgh Pirates. Don't have any lines on this game. I'm just going to assume the Cardinals are going to be favorites here, so be sure to check the lines when they get released. Pitching for the Cardinals is Jose Quintana with an ERA of 2.88. His last start, he pitched 5 innings, gave up 1 run, had 7 strikeouts. He's given up 1 run in his last 3 starts. Pitching for the Pirates is Mitch Keller with an ERA of 3.92. His last start, he pitched 5 innings, gave up 1 run, had 5 strikeouts. He's given up 6 runs in his last 3 starts. St. Louis losing to the Pirates yesterday 5-7. But yeah, St. Louis winning the 2 games prior to that. St. Louis 16-3 on the road against Pittsburgh. Yeah, I love Quintana on the mound. He's been very good. And I'm going to take the Cardinals on the road in this one. That's going to be it for the video. Good luck with your picks and parlays on Monday. Hope you guys all cash out, and I'll see you guys Tuesday. Have a good one.